Hello and welcome to Up the Turnpike episode 199. It is a post-game show edition after the New York Islanders get shut out 2-0 by the Columbus Blue Jackets for the fourth time this year in 10 games. Not a math guy, never claimed to be 40% of the Islanders games this year. They have been shut out. 0 goals. They have gone 8 straight periods without scoring a goal. What is going on? I'm Matt O'Leary with Mitch Anderson. Mitch, your thoughts? How are you feeling? How are you doing?
I'm stress eating my kids' Halloween candy.
We got Skittles, Reese's, another thing of Reese's, another thing of Welch's, 2 things of Welch's. That's only the last 10 minutes, man.
I want to be positive. I want to be hopeful, but I can't.
No, you can't.
Holy shit.
There's a difference between wanting to be, hopeful and positive and put a positive spin on something. I feel like you can get away with that from what this team did the last 2 years because they were still above a 90-point team. Not that that's anything amazing, but they were a playoff team and were better more often than not. This is a bad hockey team. There is no way that you can sugarcoat it. There is no spin zone, Mitch, for frankly, what in 5? Okay, so in 5 of their 10 games, they have scored 1 goal or less.
Half of the games, they're averaging a goal, less than a goal.
I don't know what they can do. Patrick Waz put the lines in the blender a million times already. Clearly losing Anthony Duclair has hurt this team, but it shouldn't be like you have a 40 to 50 point guy go down and the house of cards just goes right down to the floor.
It really shouldn't.
This is an abomination. It's getting embarrassing. It's frustrating. And I don't know how they get out of this funk.
I don't know either because they're kind of stuck. And I want to be hopeful. I know that we're at game 10. There's still 72 games to play. That's 144 points left on the board. There's so much time to turn this around. It's just really hard to hold that opinion when, like you said, they got shut out 4 times. And like their goalies are doing. Anyways, I'm going to a different point. They get shut out 4 times. And yes, the underlying numbers generally look good. They didn't look good today. Like, you can't hold that line of like, there's still hope there. It's really friggin' hard. And it's pissing me off because I want to be that guy like, yes, see, I believed in them and they repaid my faith. But it's not looking like they're going to do that. And I'm really struggling with it.
No, they look like, and I'm sure that this isn't the case. Like they very obviously care, but what I'm about to say is they have the look of a team that doesn't care, that is going through the motions, and they just can't capitalize on any opportunity ever. And the first sign of any adversity for this team, it just feels like that goal. They let up 1 goal 5 minutes into the third period. You had almost 15 minutes, 14 minutes and 20 something seconds to get another goal. That felt insurmountable. A 1 goal game with almost 15 minutes of actual game time left felt like not a single chance that they could do this. That's a quarter of the game if you want to really break it down that way, right? 15 minutes is 60 minutes. Yeah, that's a quarter of the game.
Yeah. It's really hard. It's really, really hard. And I know it's second leg of a back-to-back, and they still outshot them 28-26 and all that blah, blah, blah. But it's really, really hard. And I'm not even, this doesn't have nothing to do with the fact that it's Columbus. It has nothing to do with the fact that it is Columbus, who has proven to be a tough team to beat. Speak to any team that has already played them, or just look at their record, right? They don't have a ton of wins, but the ones that they have, they've beat some pretty good teams in Edmonton, Toronto, Colorado. And the teams that they didn't beat, well, they kept it close, right? I don't think they've lost. They may have lost 1 game by more than 1 goal all year. This is a tough team to play against. It's not, we're not upset, or at least I'm not upset because they lost to Columbus. It's another friggin' shutout. The 4th shutout in 10 games. The third shutout in what, 5 games maybe? And then they scored one yesterday. It took them a 5-on-3 man advantage to do the goddamn thing. Like, and even then they barely did it. They technically didn't get it done on the 5-on-3. It's just something is rotten in the state of New York Islanders, and I don't know what it is. Something
Yep.
immediately going to be screaming, "Woo, woo!" And fine, but like more than
From
that,
the players too.
yeah. I don't. Oh my god, I don't. It's
Anyway,
not depending on one specific guy, but holy cow!
no, and that's the frustrating part too. Is like you can't just go, oh, it's this guy. Let's trade him away. Like it's basically going to be a guessing game because they have to shake up this group if it continues going this way. I don't know how you aren't selling off expiring contracts at the trade deadline, and then I don't know, probably another roster guy in the offseason. They have decisions with RFAs to make too. Like this could get ugly pretty quickly here. But we spent the first like 7 minutes just kind of venting and going through, and totally valid. And I'm sure we'll do that when we get into the comment/question portion of the show.
If you like that, make sure to subscribe to Up the Turnpike on Patreon for more exclusive New York Islanders content.